They're 5-0 in extra innings. That comes with an asterisk.
Oh, not an asterisk.
Right? Because extra innings are decided differently now. Beginning in the 10th inning, they put a runner on second for each team.
It's decided differently for both teams, though. It's decided differently. Both teams start off with a runner on second base.
Do you like it? Do you dislike it? You can text in 710-710, the Mac and Jacks text line. I hate it. I understand why it's there, and I don't have much hope for them rolling it back because I think the players and the teams like it this way, but I hate it. I hate it. I'd rather have ties.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes,
no,
I'd rather have ties.
You're an American. You would not rather have ties.
Tie is more fair than this. Tie is much more fair than this.
But they both have the same amount of runners going. Like, fair is not a matter of, it's not a matter of fair, is it? It's a matter of, is this true to the tradition of baseball, which it isn't. But I understand why, because games take too long. They do. And now you're adding extra innings into the mix?
That's where I say I get it, but just have ties. It takes one hit to score a run. It takes one hit to score a run with a runner on second base. It's too easy. That's not how the game's meant to be played. You're supposed to have to string something together. You can win the game with a single. A little piddling single that in most situations would just give you a runner on base. In this case, gives you a chance to win it. I hate it. I can't stand it. And the fact that the Mariners are 5-0, hey, it's better than their 0-5, but I see this as taking crapshoot to the extreme. I would rather have ties than have these stupid tie run. And I get why it is. And what you said, games are too long. That is why it is. And the managers don't like burning through their pitching. And players don't like possibly playing till 2 in the morning and having everything thrown off about their entire week. I get it, but I hate it.
The crapshoot element of it, you see it as bad. For this Mariners team, with the worst average in baseball, the worst OPS in baseball, it is advantageous, right? It levels the playing field. I know that's wrong, but I don't care about that.
Yeah, go back to that. You know it's wrong. You don't argue for rule changes that favor or benefit your team.
Why not?
Because it should be about the overall structure of the game.
The world isn't fair. Take whatever advantages you can take out of it.
That is rich people writing tax codes. Like, that's what that is. That is rich people writing tax codes of like, hey, I'd like to find a way to game the system, and because I'm rich and powerful, and usually when we get into the light of day, the world of sports, like I'm not naive. I know that rich people control sports too, but there should be a certain amount, there should be principles involved.
Well, what would you do here? I mean, would you just
ties.
Go back to the way it was?
No, I'd go back to ties.
You really want ties?
I'd be better. I would be more okay with ties than this current abomination.
No, you would not. You make fun of soccer all the time for having ties.
That's because nothing happens in soccer. That's because nothing happens in soccer. In baseball, it's like you play for 9 innings. There's very structured, beautifully, like the geometry of baseball is perfect. A ball hit into the hole between second and third. The difficulty in legging that out, how hard it is for a shortstop to go into the hole, the range that a center fielder, the geometry of baseball is perfect. A stolen base. Think about how consistent over time a stolen base, the difficulty in achieving it, what it requires to catch someone, all of these things. And then you just say, oh, because we're tired of the games going too long. We're going to change it so it gets done quicker in an entirely arbitrary fashion where all it takes is a piddly little single to win it.
The geometry doesn't exist anymore, though. The shift has ruined the geometry of baseball, hasn't it, to an extent? I mean, it's harder. It's just simply harder to start the rallies that you want to see happen in extra innings now because of the I guess, deader ball, or because you have these guys that are throwing such high fastballs and everyone's trying to hit home runs.
Everybody is hitting home runs, though. I get why they don't want the long games. I just hate how they've gone about fixing it because they've changed what it takes to score a run. The most simple, straightforward building block of this game. What is required to score a run? Whether it's you hit it over the fence and you score it that way, you get on base, you progress through the base paths and then score on a hit. Now it just takes a piddly. You start it. This is Mickey Mouse. I don't even think they do this in Little League. This is horrendous.
Do you think it will be permanent?
Yes.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that one. I feel like they're going to look at some other measures to perhaps speed up the game. They should have already. I mean, I feel like, especially for relief pitchers. How obnoxious was it in the midst of that Jared Kelenic at-bat last night with the dude just constantly stepping off the mound for
I liked it.
I hate
really?
it. Pitch the ball. You're not good enough. You're not good enough to
Really?
step off the mound and waste my time.
Oh, I like the cat and mouse. I like the cat and mouse. He was making the rookie sweat it out. There's a little bit of back and forth. He understands it. You could tell he was trying to rattle Kelnick. I like that part of the game. And honestly, that's shaving seconds off. I hate the extra innings rule, but this shaves minutes and hours off of games, right? Of just saying it's not gonna go.
No 18-inning games, right?
Can you imagine it going to 12 innings? Can you imagine a game going to 12 innings? Like, it's so unlikely at this point because of how it's set up in that regard.
Would you want it to go to 12 innings in anything that's not a playoff situation? Because I would say no. Playoff baseball is amazing. I can't get enough playoff baseball, but regular
That's why you
season,
should have ties.